And in the Middle East, the U.S. and its allies are launching strikes against Iranian-backed Houthi rebels.
That's right. As retaliation for the rebels' repeat attacks on commercial shipping vessels in the Red Sea. ABC's Morgan Norwood has a story.
After months of attacks on commercial shipping in the Red Sea, the U.S. military and multilateral coalition forces carrying out a massive assault on Houthi rebels in retaliation for their unrelenting bombardment of ships.
We issued what can only be understood as a final warning to the Houthis. They violated that, obviously, in this attack on Tuesday, and so it led to these strikes.
The Pentagon says their strikes took out more than 60 targets and destroyed some of the Houthis' weapons, radar surveillance systems, and unmanned vehicles. President Biden hoping to avoid risking a wider Middle East conflict, calling the move a defensive action, adding he will not hesitate to direct further measures to protect our people.
We're not interested in a war with Yemen. We're not interested in a conflict of any kind here. In fact, everything the president has been doing has been trying to prevent any escalation of conflict, including the strikes last night.
According to the Pentagon, since mid-November, Houthi fighters have attacked 27 commercial ships in the Red Sea, where 15% of the world commerce passes through. The Houthis claim their strikes are in retaliation for Israel's war in Gaza and warn that any U.S. attack will not go without a response from the Iranian-backed rebels. All eyes now on how Iran will react.
When you have a situation where this is a group that's backed by Iran, both with supplies and with training, then you have to ask yourself, how is Iran going to react to these strikes? It appears right now that potentially Iran may not get involved, but that is always something to be considered when the United States takes action against these Iranian-backed groups.
And the head of the Houthi rebel group warned that the response to this attack will be greater than the response to the previous operation. But U.S. officials believe their retaliatory strikes greatly diminish the Houthis' capabilities. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Those U.S. strikes were launched by Navy sailors and aviators from right here in Hampton Roads. Now, this video of fighter jets you see taken off from the flight deck of USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, the carrier and his strike group deployed from Norfolk in October.
And looking ahead, the Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group is returning to Norfolk next week. The Navy put the word out today, but didn't give a more specific timeline. The group has been gone since May, and the deployment was extended twice. Only the Carrier Ford and the cruiser USS Normandy will return next week, along with the Air Wing. The other ships in the group, USS Thomas Hudner and USS McFall, are already home.